This is the Command the Commute podcast.
Talking about the game, going to the game.
Welcome to the Command the Commute podcast. Wow, I came on a little hot there.
Yeah,
right?
it's another exciting episode. You could have taken it down, maybe.
Well, but they're excited to hear us, as just as excited as I am to have the podcast today. So welcome everybody to the
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Just so everybody knows, Mike is a little bit spicy this afternoon. I think it's because we were supposed to do the podcast Friday evening, but work got away from me and I rescheduled till after the game. So we're out of our routine here. That for you guys that know,
They don't care about any of that. Let's
see. I told you he's spicy today. So, but I've got a spicy podcast prepared for Mike. So, just to get into it, welcome everybody. Of course, last week was the first Command the Commute on the way to the stadium for the podcast, and we appreciate those of you that stuck with us till the end because that traffic got brutal.
Yes.
If it was brutal for you, imagine how it was for us. But kind of just a rundown on what to expect for today. In the first quarter, we're going to recap the first preseason Miami game from start to finish and all the way home. And then quarter two, we're going to get into the Detroit game that obviously just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
And then we're in quarter three, just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, basically just this week's topics of the Commanders. And then quarter four, our hodgepodge section of the podcast.
Just more of this and that.
Yeah, a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that, but I do have something else prepared for everybody. And then just to kind of, one more little tease is we do have our first official sponsor for the Command the Commute podcast, so you might hear an advertisement for them. So
At some point, I'm sure they will.
yeah. So let's get right into quarter number one.
Three wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. It's Henry again trying to find some move around the outside. Robert Henry Jr. Touchdown Commanders.
Some people are just gamers, man. Listen.
You know, I think you make a great point there, Brian, and you were one of those people. Practice, for some guys, they don't show up.
So, highlights, lowlights. Let's get into last week's game. I didn't like how we got there right at game time.
Right. But
we couldn't help it.
Right. But as we discussed, either on air when we're doing it or after, that's just what happens when we're, your work schedule, my work schedule, and we're getting down there at game time and we're not there several hours as we're used to. So we experienced, as I told you, we experienced what the common fan experiences when they show up at game time. It's a complete and total clusterfuck down there. Exclamation point, end of sentence. Okay?
Yeah, it really, please don't get there right at game time. I highly recommend against that. We love to get there as close to when the lot opens as we can get because one, we like to have a little bit of time to upload the podcast. We like to have a little bit of time to just properly set up our tailgate. We like to have a little bit of time to get the TVs working and put on whatever pregame is going on. And then obviously I enjoy to cook. So yeah, we like to get there as early as possible and really enjoy the day because it's a big deal, these NFL games for us and going to them.
Yeah, it's an exciting
We only get 8 this year.
Yeah, 8 regular and then the one preseason that we just had. So that's the 9 that we're paying for. Yeah.
But because the one home game they're giving us is over in London.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, so it is truly 8 then. Yeah. I forgot about that. You're right. That's
so the traffic was bad. On the way home, traffic was great. We left at the end of the third quarter.
Close to the end of the third quarter.
It was a nice Friday evening going down, seeing a ball game. The tenders were good. They were different. We got a comment on that. They were definitely different chicken tenders. Surprise.
It was good. it was a chicken tender, but like it was basically an open-faced chicken sandwich, but chicken tenders, because it was bread and a pickle, and the bread was soggy.
The bread
and
threw me off. You said, "Is that cornbread underneath there?" And I said, "No, I think it's just potato bread."
I was looking forward to like what you get during the regular season, which is like the chicken tender stadium basket type thing.
Yeah.
And then we got this like open-faced tender sandwich with soggy bread, and it was good because we were hungry, because we had it. Yeah. I don't know the last time I ate before the game, probably lunchtime, whatever.
And thank God they have those beers in the 24-ounce cans. You only need one or two of them.
But I mean, they were freshly made, because I remember biting into the tender and it was like, hot.
It was hot.
Yeah.
It was hot. The atmosphere was good.
It was a relatively full stadium for a preseason game.
For preseason, I would say, would you say 70% full?
Yeah.
70%.
Between 60 and 70 for sure.
Yeah.
It was a decent turnout.
Yep. I mean, the fans that were there were all into it, happy for football to be back. That's kind of the good and the bad of these preseason games. It's good that football's back.
Right.
It's bad because the quarterback play and the football play. These games is just, it's hard to watch.
Like I told you last week, if it weren't for two things: one, us being season ticket holders, and two, us doing this podcast, I really wouldn't give a shit about preseason. I wouldn't. It is almost pointless.
It's a glorified practice on TV is what we're really seeing, and it shows. But I still love to see the team running around. That was that's a comment I want to get into the second quarter here too, because I love the uniforms we wore yesterday. But I love the uniforms.
They were the same uniforms we wore in week one, but that's neither here nor there.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're talking about the white
on burgundy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were the same ones.
I love the white on burgundy. It's a clean look, and I like the stripes that we have down the side. I actually think it's almost identical to the uniform
to the picture
that I got
right there.
Taylor on here.
And I mentioned to you during the game that from where we were sitting in the upper bowl, just looking at the uniform, even the W that's on the side of the helmet, from that distance, could maybe be something else that may or may not return at some point.
The gold.
It looked like what everyone else was saying. It looked like the old Redskins were playing, and that thank God, the Commander portion of our history only exists in name only at this point.
Yeah. It is, and I was trying to figure out what T-shirt to wear for the podcast today, and I remember I bought us those Red Wolves
I had
parody T-shirts because I kind of thought that was the route that they might go with the Red Wolves as opposed to Commanders, and now that it's sunk in, I think I like Commanders better than the Red Wolves, just because it does allow for the symbolism and a lot of the tradition to come back, whereas like a complete mascot change, like to something that's got imagery behind it, would make it impossible to add the spear or anything like that. You know what I mean? So like with the Commanders, at least it's generic enough to where they can play with it,
because they're definitely embracing the spear. So.
I mean, it does feel like they're moving away from Commanders, because it's like the W, the spears, like it doesn't say Commander anywhere.
All of it. It's just
The end zones got the old end zones back. We used to just see Redskins in the end zone. So they went back to just having Commanders in the end zone. Well, I don't know if they're going to spruce anything up.
They better, because that was very just
It did seem kind of preliminary. It did seem like a base coat,
because like even
preseason field. You know what I'm saying?
Even the font size of Commanders in the end zone was too goddamn small. It needed to be a little bit larger and kind of spread out. There was too much free space in the end zone.
I tend to agree. It did feel like it could have used up the space. the font size can be up 2 clicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
So if they're doing like a 64, they can go up to, a 78 or something.
Right. Now, as far as the football goes, I mean, obviously, when you're watching the preseason game in person, it's a lot better than watching it on TV. But the highlights of the game really was from our running backs. I mean, Kaytron Allen did really good, and obviously the clip that leaded us into this portion of the podcast was Robert Henry Jr. He looked good, and then of course from your average fan, they will text you and say something like, "Wow, these guys look great," and it's like, yeah, they're playing.
People that are playing aren't going to be playing
third and
next
fourth string against third and fourth string,
right?
And
half of them are going to make the
if
team.
you could say fifth and sixth and seventh string, because if you have that much depth at the position, then you would be still saying fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Like all the backups are playing, and so somebody's going to look good. Somebody's going to look good. There's going to be a fifth stringer that looks good. And these guys are all obviously still very talented, even though they're fifth on the depth chart. That's just a testament to how good the guys are ahead of them. But will Robert Henry Jr. make the team? I don't know. I kind of like the way he looks, but will he look that way against first stringers? I don't know. They would know because they practice.
And just because you have one good game, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make the team. Okay,
Right,
you can have one good game or one good series or whatever, and it doesn't seal the deal for you. They will cut you 9 a.m. the next day and not think twice about it.
Well, this kind of leads us right into the second quarter of our podcast and basically the Detroit Lions game from yesterday.
2nd down and 8. Kaliak Manis reaches back, goes down the alley. Oh, what a catch! Jaden Bradley reels it in. A marker comes flying. That is an outstanding grab for the rookie out of UNLV if it stands. Doctor.
Fighting through all sort of contact, it looked like.
Yeah, so Robert Henry Jr., he fumbled the ball on special teams yesterday, and that's really where he needs to thrive if he wants to make the team, because you obviously got Bill at number 1.
Correct.
And it gets really crowded after that because nobody even was hearing his name until last week's game. You like to think Kaytron's going to make the team because he's the rookie, but I mean, they're both rookies, but Kaytron was drafted, and he looked good too. But I don't know. I think Jerome Ford's the odd man out in the running back room. But we've got a couple days left to figure that out. Did you know that this season they're not doing like a staggered cut schedule like they've had in years past?
They're not?
No, so typically it went from like a 90-man, and then they would, and then after the first week or whatever, you would get on to 85 and then 80. And
because when you watch Hard Knocks, it's exactly that.
This preseason they did it different. Because I was looking it up, I was curious when the cuts are and when are we going to start finding out like who's getting weeded out here?
Right.
And August 30th. So next Sunday, the day after our Ravens.
So they're doing all the cuts in one day. Is that how it's gonna work?
Basically, everybody's last preseason game is at Friday or Saturday, and then essentially each team's got 24 hours, like 6 p.m. on August 30th is when you got to have your 53-man roster down. So you can keep your 90 guys.
The 30th
all the
would
way
be
to
Sunday because our last game is this coming Friday.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, okay, Friday. Yeah.
So by Sunday, sundown Sunday, you're going from bang down to the 52, 53.
Yep. So we find out then. I'm really curious about the running back room, and obviously we keep talking about wide receiver, but we've got lots of guys at wide receiver, okay? And another guy added to the list, another guy that I didn't even really realize, but they bring all sorts of guys into camp, and when these guys aren't getting cut throughout camp, is when you have guys like Jaden Bradley, who had the awesome one-handed catch in yesterday's game. Kind of, you're like,
yeah, I mean, that was pretty awesome. I will give kudos.
It was an awesome catch. It was an awesome catch from what's the guy's name? Kamakanis?
Praying Mantis.
Praying Mantis. Oh, let me see. Kalakamanis, I think is Kalakamanis. You like Praying Mantis?
Kalikazoo, who cares?
Yeah.
But I mean, he's had a pretty good preseason, 2 games. He's done well enough to be in discussion as to whatever they're going to do with quarterback now that, Mariota is out for, we'll just say, the foreseeable future.
Right.
So
here's what I want you to do, Mike, just for the second quarter of the podcast here. I've got the wide receivers out here to the side, right?
Okay.
We've got Terry McLaurin, Stephon Diggs, McCaffrey, Williams, Brown, Lane, Jefferson, Nash, Jones, and Bradley. Those are all the wide receivers listed on the depth chart. Now, Bradley, I don't know, just because I said his name last. I mean, I don't know if he was dead last on their official depth chart.
Yeah, who knows?
So I want you to assume that we're going to take 6 guys on the active roster.
Okay.
That's 10. So tell me 4 names that aren't going to make the team out of those 10 names that I just went through.
That's easy. It's the bottom 4. Jefferson, Jones, Nash, and Bradley. Boom. You've got them pretty much in the right order because you already know that
Van Jefferson, a lot of he's a vet. And Nash and Bradley and Jones, all those guys look great. But is it only because that's who we got to look at? Is that your theory there? Or are we just playing these guys so we don't get any of our other guys hurt? I mean, Williams had some good playing time.
I mean, that's what I think. I think you've got him in the right order there because that's what makes the most sense to me as a fan and the little bit that I've been, paying attention to preseason. That seems like the right 6.
Don't cut yourself short because you pay attention to more preseason ball than a lot of fans.
But we'll know in like 10, 12 days if we're right or if we're wrong. But
yeah,
I mean,
on defense, we looked awesome. I mean, we started the first series with Amik Robertson going up against his old team and basically sacking the quarterback, forcing the fumble, and then the scoop, and then the roll into the end zone for the score. So you gotta love to see that. And then this will kind of lead us into the third quarter of our podcast and kind of get into our question mark about your boy JD5.
Honestly, it was just good to get back out there and play football again. It's been a little over 8 months since I played live football, so it was good. It was good to go back out there.
So so Jayden started. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, he only played 1 series.
Yeah, it was
right?
3 and out.
So, and he got sacked, which is probably the reason why he was taken out because you don't want to risk injury.
No, I think Dan pretty much said it didn't matter if it was going to be 3 plays or 12. We were going to give him the first series, and it just so happened to be a 3 and out, so they pulled him.
My feeling is I don't really think it's necessary for your starting quarterback to play in preseason. If for no other reason, what everyone else is saying, you don't want to risk injury. Because even though it's preseason and, maybe he's going up against the starters, maybe he's going up against, the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th string, some guy that's going to be bagging groceries at a Kroger. I just don't think you want to risk injuring your starting quarterback. And I would say that for any team. Okay. Look at Burrow, look at us, look at, anyone else who's got a marquee quarterback who is essentially the face of the franchise.
Yeah.
So you can't risk it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're
Just keep them loose in your training camps.
if you're a bottom half of the league quarterback and you're fighting for the starting job, then obviously that's a different scenario.
Correct.
Then you should play. But like when you've already got the starting job, when it's clear cut and like you're saying, face of the franchise, I tend to agree he probably doesn't need to.
Because how pissed would we be if he was playing yesterday
behind a banged up O-line
and then, went down, had any number of injuries, concussion, anything, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We would be pissed that they were playing him to begin with because why the hell are they doing that?
I tend to agree with you. I mean, all of those are very, very valid points. There is the other little side of me that says, well, I mean, preseason is a dress rehearsal, so like, why not?
So it's training camp. If you
I get it.
If you want to keep them fresh and loose, run them hard in the training camp where it's a more controlled environment, but you can still simulate the game activity.
Yeah, no, I tend to agree. But I wouldn't totally disagree with the people out there that are saying like, one series and having them dress and get out there and go through the motions and be out there. That's what preseason is here for, because I'd rather them do that than week one and like get the jitters out of the way now. That's why, because week one is the real deal. So if you've got anything that you need to be, and he was in and out of the field all year last year, and he's still a young player, even though he is our franchise marquee face of the franchise guy. He's came off his rookie year. Basically, he had a rookie and a half kind of a year is the way I'm looking at it.
You can look at it that way for sure. No argument.
I mean, I know that it was his year. Officially, it was his year 2, and this is his year 3. But he was out of the lineup for a lot. So I don't hate the idea of him getting one series underneath his belt and then coming off. But I tend to agree with you if I'm just playing the steel man of kind of going against myself there. But behind an offensive line, though, is where I do agree with you, because it's like our O-line is without Tunsil, and I know you want those guys and you want him to kind of see live action behind all of our guys, but Elgretti's calf is still tight, and that's got me nervous because the center position seems like it's very, very important, especially with your quarterback.
Well, yeah.
And then obviously left tackle, Tunsil out, and just still making sure that we're good there at left tackle. I mean, I still wish Coleman would be at left guard, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I said it last week. I'm kind of surprised we didn't make a move this past week, but I'm going to say the same thing I did say last week, which I want them to get an offensive line.
Well, they might be waiting until cut day.
They could be, and in which case, I hope they have a good 2 weeks
between,
of practice.
August 30th and
week 1,
Wednesday, which is what, September, 6th, 7th, something like that. Okay, that week there, that's when they'll make a move.
Yeah, I don't know, but. And then the quarterbacks, just to kind of wrap up the quarterback conversation, I mean, do you think that we're going to carry 3 quarterbacks into the season?
You have to. With the unknown of Mariota, you have to.
Yeah, I would say so. And then, so you think Hartman's on the practice squad and Praying Mantis, however you said it, Kalakamakis.
As of today, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, his stats are better through both preseason games. He's looked cleaner to me. I mean, he looks a little bit more polished as a quarterback than Hartman does. I mean, Hartman looks like he tries really hard.
and like we've been saying, we said it last week, we said it last season, they've had plenty of time to look at Hartman and give him a legitimate shot. And they didn't do it last season. And, we saw how he played in the preseason opener. It was okay. It wasn't great.
Let's be honest.
It was typical Hartman. It was standard quote.
If we cut Hartman, nobody else is going to pick him up. I mean, if he doesn't sign to our practice squad, he won't get signed to another practice squad.
Well, that's what happened last year. We signed him back to the practice squad.
I don't mind. I mean, you need a practice squad guy. If he's good in the locker room and he helps the locker room, then whatever. I get it. Keep him on the team. But to what point? I mean, how long are we going to wait? Because we've already proven that if we get down to 4 quarterbacks, then he's still going to be
number 5.
Yeah.
Because he should have been the quarterback last season, but they went with the other option, and we were sitting there like, but why? You have Hartman. He's essentially the next one in line, and you're bypassing him. So he's basically he's a placeholder. And if he's there for morale, great, but that's not a reason to have a roster spot.
Yeah. I mean, he annoys me because I know that it's like good looks privilege.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I suffer from the same thing.
Don't we all?
That's pretty funny, Mike.
It's a heavy bag to carry.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Well, I'm a fucking funny guy.
Yeah. Whoa.
Sorry, was that too hot?
No. I'm just saying you're pretty funny.
Funny how?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying you're funny.
Funny how? Give me something.
No, just like the way you talk, just the way you say things.
I'm surprised it took you this long to figure this out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean you're funny, kind of like I just know that you put ketchup on chicken.
What else would you put on chicken?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what you should put on chicken.
What?
Half chicken man.
Good call.
Half chicken man seasoning. It's our new official tailgate seasoning sponsor.
And how do we get it?
You go on halfchickenman.com and use
code COMMAND
for 15% off of your order. Man, we are super, super pumped to let everybody know that we've got our new official sponsor for the podcast.
It really is exciting, isn't it?
It's so exciting. It's like this whole thing is becoming real life for us, Michael.
Yeah,
And look, it's not just that our...
who knows? Maybe eventually we'll have human monies.
No, we're definitely going to get human monies because, look, here's the thing. You guys need to support this podcast because we want to keep going to these games. We want to keep talking about the game on the way to the game to pay for the game. Like, don't you guys want us to keep going to the games? So,
right. This is why they need to go get the... our new sponsor, the Half Chicken.
Exactly. You support him. He supports us. We all support you. And the best thing about the Half Chicken Man sponsorship is that it supports our bellies at the very least. Because let me tell you, I mean, the hot honey rub, it's my favorite. You can basically put it on anything. And I'm saying anything. Let me get it right here.
Okay.
Hot honey rub, a balanced sweet heat. It says on the side here, pairs well with chicken, pork, cheese, whiskey, and beer.
I mean, that's like all the food groups that you need.
Let's try it on some whiskey right now.
Oh, let's.
He just gave me this week, so shipped it in the mail. Which, by the way, speaking of mail, Mike, I checked my Jayden Daniels rocks. I checked my. Well, I didn't really have to check it. It sends it to me. My phone sends it to me about the what you did this time last year, memories, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And this time last year, they sent the 2024 season ticket holder gift.
Well, I haven't gotten anything yet. Have you?
No, but I'm just saying today's a Sunday, so maybe tomorrow.
Okay. Well,
Maybe it's after the second preseason.
It's funny you brought that up because I've seen on the TikTok, I've already
Try that.
I've already seen what it is, and I will say that it is very similar to what we got last year.
Oh, like
Yeah.
deadly, like same.
Basically, same, but different, as a friend of ours would say.
All right, well, don't spoil it. I hope we get it. Let me know what you think of that.
Oh, there it is. There, yep.
Sweet heat.
Yeah, there it is on the back of the throat. Yep.
That ain't bad.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's a barbecue rub, but when it says Paris,
I mean, that's the first.
beer and
That's the
whiskey,
first time I've ever put a chicken seasoning in a whiskey. So
don't get it twisted. I mean, it's half chicken man, but his other ones are Jackalope and Yeti. So the logo looks like a damn.
but we'll be sampling those as the regular season commences.
Yes.
And
If you come by our tailgate, there is without a doubt you will be able to try this. I am thinking hot dogs this season. You want to come by, I might have a hot dog for you with any of these rubs on it, and it's going to be banging. But when's our next Command the Commute? When's the next time we're going? Week 3 is our first game.
yeah,
right?
week 3 because
All
we're
right, so for week 3, I'm going to have Tom Clark, owner of Half Chicken Man, on the pod. He's going to call in. Huge,
right on.
huge Commanders.
That's a big
Redskins.
get for
Yeah,
us.
Yep, huge Commanders, huge Redskins.
Hope he can
fan.
make time.
No, he'll make time. He's going to come later on in the season to our tailgates too. So, but yeah. So looking forward to this partnership with everybody. Give Half Chicken Man a look. But let's kind of roll that right into. Before we finish up the quarter number 3, we made a decision on the kicker position.
We did
this past week. So I know it. Isn't it funny how it's like we found out like, oh yeah, they don't have to cut anybody until August 30th. Well, we got Jake Moody's ass out pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think he was the one that dinged it off the upright.
Yeah, he was doinking too many kicks.
For a 29-yarder, that was too close to call. Shouldn't have that much nerves. I don't know what happened there, but we don't need that mistake. Supposedly, your boy Drew Stevens, undrafted rookie out of Iowa, supposedly he went like 46 for 49 in camp. That's the report out there. And the longest that he hit was a 60-yarder. Hey, I've been saying for
as long as it goes through the uprights at the end of the day.
I've been saying for years I would love to get a kicker that stays on the team for a long time. That means he's good.
But
we have that in Tressway. Is it too much to ask for us to get it in a guy that scores us points?
Well, yeah, because kickers like that, like your Vinatieri's and stuff, they're so rare that
I can't get over how this Half Chicken Man tastes in a Jack and Ginger.
It is quite tasty.
Let me see if these other ones. Do these other ones say it pairs well with? No. No. Well, at least he knows his product. The other one.
So the hot honey is the only one you can pair with whiskey. Got it.
I did peep his website earlier today. He's coming up because that was the OG Half Chicken Man, and then his Yeti, and then his Jackalope. So it's all like these legendary craft seasonings, right? And so he's got this one coming up called Trunco, which basically looks like Dumbo.
Okay.
I don't know. There's some kind of urban legend about
what's the flavor association? Do you know?
Oh yeah. That's because I texted and I was excited for that because I said I want some Trunco wings, because it's like a lemon pepper type of a.
Oh,
seasoning.
okay. Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so I've been saying for years I'd love to get a good kicker at that. That just stays with us and that can be accurate. Somebody that's just not like the head coach's guy. Because I feel like that's who we've had. It's just a bunch of head coaches like, oh, yeah, he was with me here, and we brought him back.
Well, maybe Stevens is the guy. Who knows? We'll see. Okay?
Stevens is, I like the name Stevens, you know. You can really holler it at the TV one way or another, good, bad, or ugly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. But let's just roll this right into our quarter 4. We're cruising right along at our home podcast here in the preseason. So you want to start with any hodgepodginess? You haven't really inputted very much here today.
I've inputted enough, okay? Mind you.
I told you it was spicy. It's so spicy for this podcast with our seasoning sponsor.
Subtle.
Yeah, man, we're all over it.
All right. So have you been following at all? I mean, not that it's been something to follow, but anything with the NFL expansion? Do you know anything about?
Oh, the like over in Europe and
yeah.
All I saw was like a little comment on some type of an article or video or post that said Goodell was quoted saying that the NFL will be global or worldwide.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that today when I did a little bit more research because I stumbled on something on Facebook earlier this week. It was posted by DraftKings, and this is posted by DraftKings, but per Pro Football Talk. Eventually, the NFL is going to expand to 40 teams. So, you know, eventually probably means within about 3 to 5 years, right?
Ooh.
So they're going to expand to 40 teams, including a conference restructuring featuring 4 teams in Europe. And again, you can find this on Facebook, but for the sake of the pod, I will walk us through it. And what I'm about to go over with you is how the AFC, renamed the Eastern Conference, could look, including 2 teams in England, 1 in Germany, and Spain. The Eastern Conference would be broken into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divisions. You would have the Northeast Division, which would include Buffalo, New England, the Jets, and the Giants. Okay, so some NFC teams are switching over to this AFC/Eastern Conference. That's the Northeast Division. The Atlantic Division would be the Eagles, the Commanders, the Ravens, and the Panthers. Okay. Then you've got a Central Division, which would be the Steelers, the Browns, the Bengals, and the Lions. Then you have a Southeast Division, which would be the Dolphins, the Buccaneers, Jaguars, Falcons. And then you've got your Europe Division, which would be 2 teams in London, 1 in Munich, Germany, and 1 in Madrid, Spain. That would be the Eastern Conference, which would be the new AFC.
Where's the other 4 teams?
This is the only thing I could find, but so anything else that's not the Eastern Conference would be whatever the other conference is, but I couldn't find anything on what the other lineup would be. But this would essentially be the new AFC/Eastern Conference.
I don't know how I feel about all this. It's a
lot to take. It's a lot to take.
I like
in.
tradition, and yeah, I don't know how I feel about all this. I mean, I think the talent pool is big enough to support more teams, and I know that they want more. I know they've been pushing over to Europe, so I feel like it's inevitable, you know.
Yeah, it's always been bound to happen at some point, as much time as they've been really spending on these.
What do they call it? football league.
Can't call it football. It's got to be called something else,
You
right?
can't call it National Football League.
I don't know, but that's again, it was just a fly-by-night thing I saw on Facebook earlier this week and thought it was.
No, that's very interesting. I'm going to have to deep dive into that a little bit more. I'm going to have to deep dive into that more, as well as the PSLs. We were talking about that right before the podcast started here, but Buffalo's come out with theirs, and Buffalo's new stadium is getting a lot of flack. A lot of their blinds.
Some obstructed views, so hopefully our stadium won't suffer the same.
Listen, there's I mean, I get it. Those things are going to make headlines, but jeez.
But based off of the PSL chart that they released, a week and a half ago at this point, if you look at that diagram, and it's all online so people can find it. If you look at their diagram and compare that to where we're sitting in Commanders Stadium, okay,
Right.
we're looking at a PSL cost of about $2,500. Okay.
So it's a big jump down from the $15,000 we were.
Right. So happy about that if it translates to our stadium and it's in that ballpark.
And then inflation.
But then, so here's the thing. The PSL cost of $2,500, $3,000, whatever that number ends up being, you have to purchase the license just to be able to be considered to purchase the season tickets that you may or may not already own. And it's a one-time cost. So basically once a year, right?
Right.
So before you can renew your season tickets every year, you have to buy the seat license. And the seat license, depending on the event, basically guarantees you like a first dibs at, like, if there's a WrestleMania in the stadium or some concert or other special event. The only thing it does not guarantee you is a Super Bowl ticket, because the stadium is not selling the Super Bowl tickets. The NFL is controlling the Super Bowl tickets. So your PSL does not help you in getting a Super Bowl ticket.
Oh, that's all very informative. I'm going to have to do my own deep dive so I can understand it all a lot better. But yes, thank you.
Quite, it's interesting, but I'm glad from a PSL cost that we're much more in a range that, while not completely affordable, is in theory affordable to us, the common fan.
Well, and I think it makes sense too, to where if we end up selling those tickets, that somebody's buying the PSL from us. Yeah.
If you're not gonna renew, you're basically selling your PSL.
So the PSL goes up. Yeah. We get more. I mean, that's the going rate.
Yeah.
That's the way that I've kind of thought about it. No, that all makes sense. Towards last week's podcast, towards the end in our hodgepodge section, as we got closer to the stadium and sat in traffic, and I was kind of thinking over the last week, we need something in our back pocket that's that we can talk about. And you know what we do when we go sit at the edge of the bar and kind of bullshit about nothing is we throw out those F, Marry, Kill. And everybody knows what I'm talking about when I say F.
Yeah, people aren't dumb. They know what you're talking about.
F in the good way, not the bad way, like F off, but like the good way. F, Marry, Kill. You guys all know what I'm talking about. So I thought maybe we'll just have in our back pocket a hell yes, a hail, and a hell no. The hell yes goes without saying.
Right.
The hail.
Yeah.
That goes without saying, right? You follow me? Hell no.
Right.
Yeah, everybody gets it.
In the order.
Yeah. Marry, kill, hell yes, hell no. You follow me? All right, so I just got a couple examples here. We'll have more in our back pocket for when we get on the road, but I thought we'd wind down the podcast with this today. So just I'll start easy. Wings, subs, burgers, for tailgate food? Hell yes, hell, and hell no. Wings, subs, burgers. Now, I know subs is very broad, but I did that by design.
So hell no on the subs.
Hell no on the subs. And a steak sub is pretty good. I know.
You didn't specify.
I
So
said
when
subs.
right. So when you think subs,
You were thinking turkey.
yeah,
and
like
cheese.
a turkey sub, a ham sub, something. Okay.
I get it.
All right.
I get it.
Okay.
So hell no to the subs.
Right. And hail yes to the burger, and then hail to the wings.
All right. Okay. Next week I'm going to track this now that I know. All right. Hail yes to the burgers, hail to the wings, and hail no to the subs.
Correct.
You got this down here in the old notebook. Yeah. I don't know. All right. Mixed drink, canned beer, Jello shots for the tailgate. Hail yes, hail, and hail no.
Hail no on the Jello shots.
You don't like a Jello shot?
Not for tailgating.
Okay.
Okay. And then what were the other two options?
Mixed drink and canned beer.
Hail yes on mixed drink and hail on beer.
All right, last one. Alex Smith, RG3, Taylor Heineke.
And so the hail no is RG3.
Hail no on RG3. Hail yes.
Hail yes would be Alex Smith, and then
Hail.
hail Heineke.
I agree. I agree on that one, and I agree on. I would go hail yes on the wings.
Yeah, you're more of a wing person than I
love
am.
me some wings. I don't care how you make them. You can fry
But
them.
again, it's like when I think subs, I think like a turkey sub, a ham
smoke
sub. So
them.
like you got to get rid of that
You
stuff.
can grill them. You can saute them. There's wing Creole. There's wing kebabs. That's all I'm really going to say about that.
That's all that needs to be
No,
said.
burgers is a good one to go hell yeah on because burgers are very versatile, very easy, and always so good. Lots of food in your stomach for the tailgate.
Well, remember one of the early tailgates that we did way before we were season ticket holders? We did some kind of like bacon cheeseburger or something or other. There was some kind of burger that we did
I'll have to go back through.
because we had one for tailgate, and then because we had so much, we had one on the ride home.
Yeah, now I recall.
It was like a bacon. I want to say like a bacon cheeseburger, but I don't know if it was that. But
Yeah.
it was.
That's my favorite hack there. When you got to bring some tinfoil to the tailgate, and
Yeah, because that's exactly what we. Yeah.
So here's the hack, right? So you're going to cook more than enough food at the tailgate, right? So you got to bring tinfoil, wrap that burger up because you're going to love that burger on the drive home. Trust me. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't remember what kind of burger it was, but yeah.
Put it in the cooler. It'll be good cold.
It hit the
Trust
spot
me.
on the ride home. I did know
Yes.
that.
I don't even think we put it in a cooler. I think we just put it on the dash.
Yeah,
and
that's
just
all-
said,
yeah, it
"Screw
wasn't-
It was
yeah.
lukewarm by the time the
Yeah.
game was over, and it was fine.
Yeah,
was
because it
fine.
was because you wrapped it up as soon as it came off the grill.
That's the hack right there. You gotta wrap up the leftovers. Oh, were we? No, we're probably in coach. We probably had a refrigerator in the car, and probably.
I don't think that was a coach thing.
I don't know.
I think that was like a.
I don't mind it. I don't mind. That's the move there. It's your after during the tailgate, cook your meal on the way home. And then honestly, I'm going to go hell no on the canned beer. I'm going to go hell on the Jell-O shots, but hell yes to the mixed drink. I got to have my Jayden Daniels on the rocks.
I just don't think Jell-O shots have a place in tailgating.
They're fun.
They are, but I don't know. For me, it just doesn't.
Would you feel differently if the Jell-O shot was more of like a Jell-O whiskey glass and I gave it to you with a spoon? How come that's never caught on? Maybe because that'll get you really drunk. A whiskey glass full of Jell-O.
That you'd have to spoon
alcoholic
out.
Jell-O.
I mean,
be nice and refreshing. Put some boozy fruit in there. I think I just
maybe we'll try that this year.
We're gonna do that. I'm gonna take some boozy fruit and I'm gonna put it into a Jell-O shot, and I'm gonna put it in a whiskey glass, and then we're gonna eat it with a spoon at the tailgate. And then we're going to track the jack.
Let's try it.
Haha, I've got you on board. I'm a better salesman than I thought. Get you sold on Jell-O shots. But I guess it's not that hard when we're competing against canned beer.
Right.
But man, canned beer is so good.
As long as it's a light beer, that's all. I don't.
I knew you were an Alex Smith fan, so that last question was was a easy one.
It's just on pure skill set. And
I'm putting you on the spot here, and so you might say no, but do you have a hell yes, hell no for me?
No, I don't.
I figured as much. Let me see if I can come up with one off the top. How about all right. All right, I got it. Traffic on the way to the game. All right. Traffic going home from the game.
Okay.
And then getting to your seats late.
So what do you...
Right? So you're either hitting traffic when you're going to the game, right? You're either getting to your seats late for whatever reason. There was a huge line, Secret Service had to scan everybody to get their tickets or whatever, or there was just a huge line trying to get into the stadium, right? That's just a huge mess. Because typically it's just smooth sailing getting in here. But every once in a while, they'll cut off a couple entrances and then just siphon everybody into one place.
Because, you attend a game and the president's going to be
or your traffic on the way home. What's your hell yes, hell, and hell no? You gotta assign.
Oh, I thought this was for you. I
asked you to put me on the spot. You couldn't come up with one on the spot. So now you're coming up. So I came with one on the spot. Now you got to answer.
Well, the hell no is going to your seats late.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely not.
Right.
So
as long as I get to my seat on time, everything else be damned.
So from there, I'll say, because the other stuff was the traffic before the game or after. So, and they all kind of go together. So if you're going to be at your seats late, which is a hell no, you might as well then hail the traffic before the game and hail yes the traffic after.
Okay, now let me take out that hail no and let me see if I can add in one. Propane tank for the grill didn't work. Take out the late to your seats. Traffic there, traffic back. Propane didn't work for the grill. We got no food.
That's fine because you have stadium food. So you're
same.
So your tailgate goes to shit. It happens, but got food in the stadium.
We've been there, done that.
So you got stadium.
Not gonna happen this year. We got to make sure we got that half chicken man dogs.
That's right
for our viewers and followers of the podcast. And this is where we ask everybody: if you've listened this long, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for riding along with us all season long to and from the games. This is Mike and Bob signing off with the Command the Commute podcast. Thank you guys very much.
I said, give me a hell yeah.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.